Good morning to you. Thank God it's Friday. Now, a lot has happened in the past week. I've been away for a bit, and today I am back and I'm better. We resume fully, of course, on Monday. Thank you so much for always 96.1 FM. My name is Gesere Agua. You're welcome to the show this morning, and of course, we're starting the show, of course, with some headlines that have occurred in the past 24 hours. Most importantly, the CJN, the president is set to swear in another CJN, Justice Kekere Ekun, as the Chief Justice today. And what we're going to see is her succeeding. Justice Kekere Ekun will succeed Justice Olukayode Ariwola, who bowed out on Thursday after clocking the retirement age of 70 years. And she will be replacing Justice Olukayode today. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajirin Gelale, disclosed this in a statement yesterday. He said the swearing-in ceremony would take place in the Council of Chambers of the State House in Abuja today. Justice Kekere Ekun will succeed. And the president also congratulated Ariwola, whose stint in the judiciary he described as a successful public service career, commending him for his services to the nation. President Bola Tinubu congratulates Justice Olukayode Ariwola, GCON, as he retires as the Chief Justice of Nigeria after a successful public service career. Also in the news today, we're having the court barring the APC from conducting congresses in Rivers State. The judge restrained the APC from enacting any plan to suspend the Emeka Beke-led executives of the party in the state. A state high court in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, has barred the NWC of the APC from conducting ward or local government congresses. Ruling on a motion ex parte brought before him, the presiding judge, Justice Godwin Olo, restrained the defendants, APC National Chairman Abdullahi Ganduje, the Secretary Sirajuddin Ajibola Bashir, and the APC from conducting the ward, local government, and state congresses scheduled for 11th, 16th, and 26th October 2024. The plaintiffs in the case are Peter Ohochukwu and Hajia Ndidi Chukuma, while the other defendants are the IGP and INEC as well. In that case, we're still seeing a lot of drama in the APC in Rivers State. We're also seeing the federal government hiking passport fees from 50,000 naira to 100,000 naira. The federal government has approved an upward review of the fees for the Nigerian passports effective September 1st, 2024. This was disclosed in a statement issued on Wednesday by the spokesman of the NIS, Kenneth Udo, on X of the NIS. The increment aims to ensure the quality and integrity of the Nigerian standard passport, it said. Based on the review, a 32-page passport booklet with 5-year validity, previously charged at 35,000 naira, will now be 50,000 naira, while a 64-page passport booklet with 10-year validity, which was 70,000 naira, will now be charged 100,000 naira. Even though we know that there are some agents in the NIS, I call them agents because they take their own charges. They have their own charges to help you effect some of these. We've seen that over the years where some individuals take their own cuts just to facilitate a quick processing of your passports. Anyway, the PDP Board of Trustees are writing to Wike, seek meeting over Rivers State crisis and rift with Governor Fubara. The lawmaker said this when he appeared on television program, monitored television program on Wednesday night, noting that it is against the rules and cardinal principles of the party for its members to be working against the party's interests. Senator Abdul Ningi, a member of the PDP Board of Trustees, has expressed concern that certain key members of the party, including the Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike, do not want the party to survive. The lawmaker said this when he appeared on Arise television yesterday. Well, talking about Arise, we'll be speaking with Rufai Oseni in just a moment so we can know what exactly is going on with some of our headlines this morning. By the way, it's a wet It's a wet Friday morning. You want to be very very safe as you are driving along the roads this morning. All right. So we have the Chief Justice being sworn in today, Justice Kekereku, and of course, we're excited about that. But what would that mean for our judicial system here in the country? Will we be seeing some changes? Are we expecting changes? Is what a lot of people have been asking so far. Will more be done to ensure that the judiciary is truly welcome?
Jesse, I'm glad you're back. You're feeling better. God bless you. God bless Abuja. Taking another jet again in Canada. Nigerian property are here. But I think we need to go back to what really happened in Ogun State, all of that period. I did some investigative work yesterday, and I discovered that it was a Chinese company called, I think, Chinese Investment Africa that was running that Ogun Guangzhong free trade zone in Igbesa in Ogun State. And as against what the former governor said that it was just fence round, no, it was not a fence round. As of today, there are about 40 companies operating in that Ogun Guangzhong free trade zone. As against what Governor Wikulabo said that it was just fence round, no. When there were some disputes, then another governor, after Benga Daniel left, went to bring in these Funshin people. These Funshin people fell out of favor with the same administration that brought them. And that's when they went on arbitration. So, a couple of questions we should ask. Did the government of Ibikilu and Mosun that brought in the Funshin people and signed agreements with them, did they not do their due diligence properly and see that these Funshin people couldn't run a company effectively? I think that's the bulk of the matter. And also, we should also now go and look at other deals signed in Ogun State and other states of the country. Who have they sublet them to? And other government deals. Because this has now become an international embarrassment that anything here in Nigeria is just taken like that. Look at the one in Canada. It's just been taken. So, for me, see, outgoing Chief Justice Aaron last tenure was dogged by lots of controversy and back and forth. I think I would, for easy read what President Chidi and Kalu did right about allegations of family members not being put into the judiciary because they have people higher up there. It was also dogged by many circumstances here and there across our judiciary. So I think part of the things that Kekereku should fix when she's coming in was one of the points raised by Datijo, Justice Datijo, during his valedictory service, where he complained bitterly about the fact that one person is the head of Judicial Review Commission, Federal Judicial Service, Judicial Privileges Commission, and the likes. That's not fair. So why can't we just allow the CJN not play active roles in all those so that we can have transparency and accountability? It can't be a one-man power veto. Secondly, as regards for you to certify a Supreme Court judge, it goes through a lot of process and it's even televised. So people can know the antecedents and what they stand for. Because those judges, justices, are going to affect the lives of people for the foreseeable future. Do we put in that same rigor as it is here, or is just another clear case of take a bow and who know who? So those and many other parts of the reform. There was remuneration. We can't really talk about that whether now because President Tinubu has tried in that matter increase their remuneration and all of that. You know. So I mean, those are the many circumstances we need to now look at deeply as regards our systems and ensure that we bolster them, bring to bear as regards this industry.
Well, still looking at that, Mr. Rufai, you also have to take into cognizance the fact that we still
have an executive that is also supposed to implement the law. So once the judgment is given, part of the executive, which is the police and other things, should be able to ensure, okay, jail time is given and all of that. So, where you try to see a country where the executive tries to usurp the judiciary, then you will have governmental anarchy. And that's what's happening in Nigeria and other parts of it. Has always been the legislative actors. I mean, till today, stand on the floor of the Senate. How do we move forward? How do we grow as a nation? So these are the myriads of challenges as we speak in our country, in our politics.
When it comes to the judiciary. But we're wishing her a very fruitful run at as the Chief Justice of Nigeria. It's a tough, heavy is the head that lies the crown. So we're wishing her well in all her endeavors. Moving on to another headline this morning, Mr. Rufai, we're having the APC, the court barring the APC from conducting congresses in Rivers State at the moment. We're seeing the Tony Okocha led members of of executives of the party in a one-on-one against the Emeka Beke led executives of the party, and the court has restrained the national leadership of the party from enacting any plans to suspend the Emeka Beke led executives of the party in the state. They also have congresses set for 11. There's a lot of politics going on at the moment. What do you make of this?
There's two, in fact, this is the beginning of the politics because, the puppeteers, they're not going to take that decision that feel when they make a Becky just lying down. They're definitely going to fight back, and that's what you're saying.
All right. So we know that the PDP still has its own party.
Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello, Rufai. Can you hear me? All right, we'll try to reestablish contact. There's a couple of questions right now with the PDP as well. We know that there's a lot of politicking going on in there. In terms, welcome back, brother. Yes, so we're talking about the APC, but now we're going on to the PDP. We're seeing a plot to remove Damagum as the NWC, the leader of the NWC, and the NEC as well. We're seeing the PDP crisis deepening, where Senator Ningi, a member of the to take, especially in the Rivers State's rift in the party. What's your take on this?
Damagum was saying the other day that, this fight in the PDP has made him so popular and all of that. Damagum should ask himself one honest question. Has he been able to bring about justice in his political party? Is fairly simple in all of this matter that I see in the PDP. Has he done his best possible? Or have some people shown that some people are higher, than other people in the PDP? I want to ask the question about justice. Has he brought about justice in the case of that Wiki matter? That somebody that went, did all what he did against the political party and all of that. So these are the questions he himself, in good conscience, they should be circumspect enough. Because if they are not circumspect enough, then they're going to lose the party.
Do you think the PDP has a chance going into 2027?
That's another question. I mean, before the last election, they had all of these squabbles too now. But when it was leading up to the last election, they settled their matter so that they could present a candidate. And they presented the United Front. But the fault lines of people like the Wiki still distracted and destroyed their prospects. So that's just it. So that's why we should be careful.
All right, we'll watch and see how all that plays out. Meanwhile, the federal government has tried through their Rural Electrification Agency. They've installed power plants in 6 federal universities as part of their efforts to provide reliable power to critical sectors of the society. The federal universities, most especially, we know that a lot of them have been having issues with electricity and their students and, paying, being band A or band B and all of that. We've seen a lot of issues, but how good of a headline is this?
Yeah, the rural education has done some things, but the question is, how do we now sustain some of the things they've done? And how practical is it? You know that you're talking about the universities. Yes, they've never had benefits per month, and before something was today, the electricity costs over 350 million or 20 million naira. And this is a hotel that has about 251 rooms, couple of halls, big pillars, and all of that.
Mm.
It's a standard hotel, the Marriott. You know. So that's the challenges we face as regards it. But yeah, the rural electrification has done a lot. But also, the question we also ask is what have been done to be able to improve the rights of the customers? You know, recently I've been making a lot of tweets from NERC's account. You know, just been pushing some of their messages out. The question is, how can we bolster? How can we bolster and improve? So those are the things that fall on all of us.
All right. Still talking about things going higher. We had the NIS announcing hikes in how much it will cost someone who doesn't have a passport to get a passport from
Yes, so it's about
35,000 naira to
100,000 now.
50. Mm.
And it's about 100,000 now for 10-year leave. You know, at a time where things are tough for people, but also the argument we make is that cost of things have gone up because of the valuation of the currency and other things like that. But the most important thing is the service. How can they make the service available and possible for people? I mean, from
Frustrate Nigerians from leaving.
I don't think